It's Week 13 of the NFL, and we'll see Isaiah Spiller. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Steelers and the Bengals, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. That's caught, Andre Yoshivas. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They will toss to Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This one complete to Yoshivas. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And they go play action now. Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Steelers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely. And he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
And it's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. Wonder what he did with it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Out of the gun, Fields. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Deep to return is Kevontae Turpin. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's played well all year long as he enters the home stretch of the season as the NFL leader in touchdown passes. The Bengals drive about to get going. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly delivered. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll make it second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
To throw is Fields. Completes it to Austin. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. In motion left is Wilson. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To the air again, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They go play action with Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. The slot man in motion right. Fields. Catch made right side by Wilson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off, but so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. An option handoff to Spiller. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 10 more there and another 1st down. Now it's Fields. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Now a short one to Gesicki. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Now it's Burrow. Brown with his stick skills. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 4th down, the rookie Ryan Rico on to punt for the Bengals as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. The drive starts with a give to Spiller. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Here's Fields. He finds Austin complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. Fields now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now Fields. That's caught. He gets it out to Austin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Straight ahead, it's Spiller. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Play action. It's Fields. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Back to throw. Fields. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Just a lone field. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Steelers offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. And the slot man goes in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now 3rd down and 7. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense and Isaiah Spiller set to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him, because he is eating them up right now. And a short pickup to about the 25.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 32-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Now a handoff coming left to Spiller. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw. Fields setting up the screen. Here's Spiller. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Operating from the gun. Fields. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Spiller is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Fields. Forced out, under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he returns this to the 22. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. From the gun, here's Fields. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Fields. On the screen, complete to Spiller. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Now receiver in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Trey Hendrickson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Looking to throw. Fields. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Burrow looking to pass. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it is the Chargers out in front as those two creep towards halftime. 3 touchdown passes in that one for Justin Herbert. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. The Florida State product, Cam Akers, with a touchdown run. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And you can see there is the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball start, offense.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
To throw is Fields. Drops it underneath to Spiller. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. An inside give, Brown. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 23. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Slot man moves right. On 2nd and inches. Fields. He gets this out to Spiller. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. A play fake, now Fields to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. To the air is DeVito. A short one there to Freiermuth. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that one complete once again to Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals 1st down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And Chase going to pick up a Bengals 1st down as he'll get this up to the 45-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Burrow will throw. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Burrow. And that went to the right side and incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now it's Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, all of a sudden, we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Buying time to his left. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is DeVito. He's got it. It's Spiller. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. DeVito going to look to throw it. Able to shake him off. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Tillman motions to the left. To throw, it's DeVito. Dumps it off for Spiller. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Here's DeVito. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Pass interference. Defense.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Option play, here's Spiller. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Throwing now, DeVito. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They'll give to Spiller. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Isaiah Spiller, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
It's caught at the 1.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals offense returns to the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to Yoshibas. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Burrow. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They need 18 yards here on third down. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down. They'll set up a throw.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Right back to Spiller on second down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. An option handoff to Spiller. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw once more on second and 10. Burrow. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Steelers, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.